24 delegates are up for grabs this Saturday in the Maine caucuses in the state of Maine. Congressman Ron Paul made the state an early priority in his campaign, and that choice appears to be paying off. My next guest is a state representative from Maine who not only endorsed Congressman Paul, he has marshaled 10 of his fellow legislators to join him in Ron Paul's quest to take the Republican nomination for president. With us now is Maine Representative Libby. Aaron, it's a pleasure. Welcome to Freedom Watch.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Great to have you. Great to be here tonight.
Why Ron Paul, and how do you think he's going to do in the great state of Maine?
Well, we look at the candidates, look at consistency. Ron Paul has been consistent for 30 years. He's the champion of the Constitution. He's been always going by that. That is our instructions. The founders are very specific on that. We're supposed to follow the Constitution, and him above anyone else follows that to the T. The enthusiasm is great in the state of Maine. We're really looking for someone to, cut down this federal spending. They talk about cuts 10 years down the line. But right. Only Ron Paul's plan actually cuts $1 trillion off year one. And I think it's something that a lot of people are recognizing a lot and seeing and actually, really gravitate towards it.
Have you had a chance to observe firsthand the governorship of Mitt Romney in Massachusetts, not very far from you? And if you have, do you believe him when he says he's a small government conservative?
Well, you definitely see it. Obviously being in northern New England, you see the things, spending in Massachusetts. I don't see how there's anything, a small limited government about what Governor Romney did, and what, really when he says something, he kind of flip-flops a little bit. So I'm not sure if I can really believe when he says he wants to make it smaller. I haven't seen anything on paper. You don't see the cuts like you have in Ron Paul's plan. To me, that's much more consistent.
Ron Paul is of the view that, for example, with the housing crisis, the president wants to tax banks, which means taxing consumers and shareholders, and then take that money and give it to people to refinance. Ron Paul is of the view that the best thing the government can do, the only moral and constitutional thing the government can do, is to get the heck out of the way and let the economy flatten itself out. Do you accept that, Aaron?
What constitutionality do they have to be involved in that? It's not. There's no amendment to the Constitution that they can get in. The interest rates, meddling in the affairs of the interest rates, setting it artificially low. You can't plan an economy. You can't. Centralized planning does not work. Hundreds of years of monetary policy will show you that centralized planning does not work. We need only the free market can make these decisions. Not one person, not a group of people. Only the free market.
Aaron Libby, thank you for joining us, and thank you. And your 10 colleagues in the legislature for endorsing Congressman Paul. Come back and visit us again, Aaron.
Anytime. Thank you, Judge. It's been fun. Thank you.
You're welcome. As his endorsements